Hello! I'm here to share with you today Conan the Barbarian, the Heroic Signatures Titan Comics run. Man, I love this stuff. I've been picking it up as single issues since this free comic book day issue dropped last year. And yeah, I got really hyped. The writing was good, the artwork was good, and when it came out monthly, I've been picking it up. And well, just the other day, I was wondering to myself, man, I love how this run's going, but I wonder how it reads all together, like a trade paperback format, reading one whole storyline together as opposed to reading it in the monthly style format. So I decided to pick up my issues and read them in that big old chunk. And one thing I very much appreciate about this run is it's very new reader friendly. I've been following Conan my whole life. I saw the movie, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, when I was a kid, and I just got hooked. I checked out some Robert Howard stuff, and I loved it. I ended up reading a bunch of the just trashy little thin paperbacks. I'd pick those up whenever I could. Some had collections of the old stories, some had new stories people had written, but I just ate all that stuff up, and I've loved all the Conan comics I've read to one degree or another, but some are better than others. And I've very much been enjoying these right here. So I would say a new reader could just jump right into this. You don't need to know a whole lot about Conan to really dig it. But if you do know a lot about Conan, there's a lot of good, rich stuff in here that'll kind of hook you and make you want to check out more. This artwork is phenomenal, and I would just want to say, if we look at the credits here, these guys work on the book for quite a bit of it, and I enjoy the fun titles they give everyone, kind of like an old Marvel comic. Grim Jim Zub, that makes me chuckle. Grim Jim. Ravaging Rob De La Torre, I like him, he's cool. Yeah, I tell you, his artwork really hooked me into this. There's a different artist on the second storyline that starts up in issue 5, but he's real good too. But this guy right here just like blew me away and hooked me from the moment I saw it. I feel like his artwork just channels the vibe, and this writer here, I feel, just gets the character. I can't quite articulate it properly, but he gets the inner workings of Conan's head, as far as I can tell. And this guy here, I didn't piece it together until I went back and reread all these, but he has a little essay in this book right here, the introduction issue for Comic Book Day. But he has a little essay in the back of every subsequent issue too, and there's a lot of good and insightful stuff in there. It's a little fluffy if you know your Conan already, and yeah, I can see some people just skipping it over, but I feel there's some good meaty material there worth checking out. And I know in particular he articulates something a bit later in one of the issues, but it's something that's always stuck with me. So let me just first, I just want to appreciate this main cover here. Like, let's look at this guy. There's so much going on. This first issue had a bunch of variant covers, and my comic shop actually had a few of them, and this is the one I chose just because I love this. I believe this is by the main artist, Rob De La Torre. But look at all these variant covers we have available. And I saw like a good 8 of these at the comic shop, but not all of these. But this is the cover I went with. I really like this map one too. That's pretty great. There's a lot of good stuff. I'm actually not a big fan of that Magnolia cover, and I love me some Magnolia. I like this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive cover. That's real cool. A lot of great stuff in there. This one's real rad. The Altered Reality exclusive. Yeah, I didn't see that at the comic shop. Yeah, a lot of really cool artwork there. But I just wanted to speak to... they have an essay in the back of all of these. And it turns out they're all by the same guy, but I appreciate how each essay addresses some of the stuff going on in the comic we just read, but also each essay kind of builds off each other. Like they're written for the single issue, but they're also meant to be read as one cohesive thing too. So I really like that about it, and it articulated something I very much appreciate that's always kind of been bothering me about Conan and other people I know, my peers. They were all D&D, Tolkien type fantasy fans, and I could never articulate why I like Conan so much, but I couldn't get into those worlds. And this guy says it's because those worlds are the magical world of so and so, whereas this is a fantasy history. The history is a made up fantasy, wild history, but it's grounded in real, and all the magic within it is treated as alien and a bit horrific. So I very much enjoy that. This right here is phenomenal. What a great page to turn to. You know what I'm saying? I love that he got got that big old bear. So much fun going on. In this main storyline, Conan ends up meeting up with this picked woman here, and she's warning him about these zombie hordes coming. I like this. Everybody loves a good zombie story. So Conan gets in some good brutal fights. He gets a new traveling companion, and they go on a bit of an adventure. He's going to try and warn his fellow Sumerians about this zombie horde coming. He ain't too worried because he thinks his fellows can take care of it. She don't think that they're quite as able. And as we see right here in this good cliffhanger, they're having a bit of a way going on. It's no good. This is another really cool cover. I like that. Really intense. So something I very much enjoy at the beginning of each issue here is we get a bit of a map showing where we're at in the world, circling, and a little bit of a blurb telling us what's going on, not only in the previous issue, but just at what point in Conan's life we're in right now, which is always important because if you're going into a Conan story, you never know quite where it's going to be placed. And it's sort of fun piecing that together and making the history of him because it's not all chronological. But we get some great fights in this here. Conan does as he does and gets with a pretty lady. Seeing some good zombie action. I love this page right here. This is so cool. What a piece of artwork right there. Oh, I love that decapitation. And such a great cliffhanger right here. But if we're not reading it in single issues in this go around, we're reading it like a trade. So I don't even know if this bonus material and such will be in there. But what a great cliffhanger to make me want to turn the page to the next issue or make me anticipate the next month. And let's look at some of these variant covers. They're real nice. When I actually picked this up at the comic shop, they had put the issue, this Archie cover in my pull box because I asked them to pull this comic. And I had to be like, hey, wait a minute, that's not quite what I'm looking for. What is that? So I gave that back and said, let me get that standard cover. I always go with the standard cover when I can, if I can, just because. But I do really like this one right here. And that one looks like, yeah, it's by the main artist as well. So that's cool. Kind of wish I went with that. But I like having the standard cover, generally. This one's real cool too. I'll say out of the bunch, this is my favorite of the covers. But this one's real good. So we're continuing on with her and him. We're going through. We're gonna save these Sumerians. We're breaking into this dark area where these cultists are doing their evil thing and getting these zombies going. But ooh, they don't look too good. That's they got some gross lizard people thing going. So now I'm going to tell you, this guy right here, he's so cool. I love his design. This, you see that headdress there with the skull? He's just so cool. I dig that so much. Real cool looking spooky bad guy. These cultists are bad news, I tell you what. And they just throwing people into this little like deadly poisonous ocean. Ooh, no good. That's not the way to be sacrificed. This page right here. Yes! Man, I get so excited when I flip the page and get to this. This is such a cool double page spread. Just great, fantastic carnage. So cool. I love this guy with his axe coming down right in the middle of that dude's head. Conan just chopped this dude's head off. And this guy right here, he just kicking a dude in the face. So cool. And there's just the hordes coming at him. And this spooky guy up there just being like, whoa. Yeah, this is such a great page. Man, this is what you read comics for, you know. Not even this page in particular, but just getting that feeling when you turn the page and you see something like that and you get so hyped. I love it. So cool. Conan's just taking them all out and he's at the edge. He's just making a mad jump. He get there and he take this boy out. He just give him a chokehold and jump off the edge, take them both out. What a cliffhanger right there. Falling into that ocean pit of just like green, glowy, gross goo, whatever. A ghostly dark spirit surrounding him. Oh boy. Man, so exciting. And we got some good variant covers here too. I like both of these. I'd probably skip this one right here. I like that cover quite a bit. That's real cool. And I dig this one. This one gives me that old school Marvel vibe. And I think it's because he's got that blue shirt there. But yeah, that's a fun one too. Like I say, I usually go with the standard cover. But I think I might have gotten one of these variants if I saw it there. Yeah. This one I really love because the cover actually references what we're reading in the material. Like he's swimming in that ocean. We got that nasty spirit tentacle coming up, wrapping around him. And we got that spectral skull in the back. So cool. And I dig how the map is all dark and swirly. We don't have any circle or anything because who knows where he's at right now. So cool. This Bound in Blackstone storyline is just a great standalone sort of thing, but it ties into a lot of other Robert E. Howard lore, and it's real cool how it does it. I like this here, him getting kind of sucked and zapped somewhere with this awesome vision. And we got my spear boy right here. Brule, that's hella cool. I got so excited when I turned the page and saw that. I was like, that's real neat. And I like that they go more into him and his history in the essay in the back because like it's been honestly been a good 20 years since I've read the text pieces and stuff. And yeah, it gets a little foggy, but you kind of recognize it and you're like, oh, that's fun. This stone guy, he's spooky. I love that design. Like, look at him right there. Like, that's just cool. And I love this panel right here with him kind of having that standoff. And that's another one of those fun pages where you just turn it and you're like, wow, look at that. So cool. And I love that. Just like you see it kind of channeling down into the statue. Yeah, this is a real fun storyline. It was real cool here where he mentions Cole. And Cohen's like, what? And then, boom, he's back to where he was. But, hey, he's got his sword again. And he's doing his thing. Getting spit out and launched out there with that energy. Chopping some heads. I love it. You get some good action through this. Such a fun story. I had a real good time reading it, and I love that it still ends with that little glisten of hey, wait, something else might happen, something bad. There's a tiny chunk of that rock left over. So yeah, I'd say this reads real well all back to back. You miss out on some of the charm of the monthly periodical, but if you pick up the trade paperback, you'll get one full complete story that'll tell you everything you need to know as far as what's going on. But yeah, you're just gonna have a good fun adventure. It's like popping in an old VHS movie, you know. You're just gonna have a good time. I don't know. I sure know I'm having a good time. This is the comic that has me going to the comic shop month after month. I'm very much enjoying that Savage Sword magazine that just started, but issue 2 isn't out yet. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But these guys, favorite cover, my favorite moment was in this issue, and I was just so hyped to have this one come out and get me excited for this whole series as a thing. The whole thing's real fun. Highly recommend it. I'm very excited for it. Yeah, I'm very excited to do another video on the next storyline too of issues 5 through 9. So yeah, we'll talk to you later then.